The third and the final objectives guide of the day. We've gone over the daily puzzly species one, whatever it's called, road to the final. We've gone over the last 16 cup, and we are ending the morning or evening if you're watching in the UK with this moment, Donny van der Beek. I do want to mention we already had a question from a long time viewer. Is this card upgradable? And the answer to that is no. This card is not a dynamic card, so he will not be, getting upgraded if United, progress through to the road to the final, round of 16 or Europa League, whatever you want to call it, right? If United progress, he will not get an upgrade. This is not a dynamic card, but nonetheless, he still looks good. He's Dutch like Hullet, but he's also Hullet gang like Hullet. So he looks like a very, very, very nice card and a nice objective. So without further ado, boys, at least get into it, all right? First of all, you've got to score 8 goals using Dutch players in squad battles on at least semi-pro difficulty, or you can do it in rivals. For the sake, as always, for the sake of the video, we'll be basing it in squad battles because that is the easiest. If you've got some nice Dutch players in your main team that you can use in rivals, then you could do this and you'll probably just get it done over time whilst grinding rivals. Because I think rivals are a lot more entertaining than they are squad battles, but once again, we're going to base it in squad battles for today. The score 8 goals is not in separate matches, so if you play a squad battles match on semi-pro and the team you're playing is bad enough, which we'll get into the squad battles tips shortly, 8 goals, you can get them in one match if you are good enough, without a doubt. You've then got score a finesse goal in 4 separate squad battle matches on at least semi-pro or division rivals. If you're unsure on how to score a finesse goal, here is an example. To score a finesse shot, all you have to do is press down on the right bumper plus shoot. So R1 plus circle if you are on PlayStation, RB plus B if you are on Xbox. Very self-explanatory. Obviously, whilst pressing this, you are going to want to aim in the direction you want to shoot the ball. You've now got us to 6 goals in squad battles on at least semi-pro difficulty or rivals, while having at least 3 Premier League players with at least 83 dribbling in your starting squad. I do want to clarify, those 6 assists do not have to be with the players with at least 83 dribbling, all right? Those 6 assists could be with a random German guy in the Bundesliga. It's got no correlation to the Premier League. You just need those 3 Premier League players with at least 83 dribbling in your starting squad. And then lastly, you've got win 8 squad battle matches on at least semi-pro or division rivals whilst having at least 3 Dutch players. Now, if you do this correctly, you can get all 3 of these here done within one match. If you are good enough, if you play a poor enough team, once again, we'll get into the squad battles tip shortly after the squad builder, and then you'll just be left with win 7 squad battles with 3 Dutch players, and that you could even do in division rivals and sub those Dutch players off. So this is going to be an incredibly easy objective, and by looking at this, if you can score 8 goals in a single match with Dutch players, score a finesse goal, I guess you do have to score it in 4 separate matches as well, to be fair, so you can't get that one done in the same game. But what you can do is obviously, whilst playing rivals in any way, you'll probably get those finesse goals done. Because this finesse goal objective does not have like a requirement, players from Netherlands or Premier League requirement. This can be with any player, so that's fine. But essentially, you can get the assist 6 goals with at least 3 players, Premier League players with at least 83 dribbling, and 8 Dutch goals done in one match, along with a finesse goal, leaving you with just 3 finesse goals, can be with anyone, and 7 wins with 3 Dutch players, which you can do in rivals if you want. But I'll definitely get the 8 Dutch goals and the 6 assists with Premier League players with at least 83 dribbling in squad battles. So let's go ahead and let's build up the squad builder. Now the squad builder is going to be a little bit different today because you're going to want to use your main team. Now my main team, as it stands, 0 Premier League players, 0 Dutch players even. So what our job here is to do is to go ahead and get 3 Dutch players in your squad. So first of all, what you want to do, you could search for your Dutch players in your squad is what I'd recommend doing. I could use my Van der Sar, Timber, Van Persie. Perfect, golden, easy. My Premier League players with at least 83 dribbling. I could use my Bukayo Saka, my Martin Odegaard, and my Gabriel Jesus. But obviously, I know lots of you guys will not have the same players. You guys might have different clubs, or you will have different clubs. So you want to search your clubs and use your Dutch and Premier League players. But for those of you that do not have a brilliant budget, I'm going to use some players. Alright, let's start off with the 3 Premier League players with at least 83 dribbling that I'll be using today. Now, once again, this is just used if you guys are on a budget, on a road to glory. These 3 players combined will cost you no more than 5,000 coins. Bukayo Saka, who has got 83 dribbling, you want to get into the squad. Saint Maximin, who's got 88 dribbling, get into the squad. And James Maddison, who's got 85 dribbling, get him into the squad. Obviously, it may not look too pretty compared to the rest of the team, but remember, we only have to use this for 1 game, and if we want, we could sub them off straight away as well. As long as we go into the game with the 3 Premier League players with at least 83 dribbling, that's assuming you don't have, Premier League players with at least 83 dribbling in your squad already. If you do, then this will be incredibly easy for you guys. But then I can go into the game, get the 6 assists, I could sub these boys straight off, like go into the game with these boys, Saint Maximin, Maddison, Saka, pause it straight away, use my free subs, sub them off, get 6 assists within that match, and then you can get rid of them. So you can literally, once again, get this done in 1 game. Now, you do need 3 Dutch players as well. So my 3 Dutch players for selection. The first one is going to be Bodu. That's the 1 of 3 Dutch players, and obviously, he's going to be a striker because you need to get 8 Dutch goals. My next one is going to be Timber, and that is the Ajax Timber. He's going to be a centre-back, so we'll just throw him in at centre-back. And the last one is going to be Saint Justa. I'm pretty sure it is pronounced. So this is what your team will probably be kind of looking like. I mean, in the terms of, if you have copied me, you've got your 3 Dutch players, you've got your 3 Prem players with at least 83 dribbling. Once again, it may not look very pretty, but you're only going to need these Premier League players with at least 83 dribbling for 1 match. If you can get the 6 assists in 1 match, you can go back to how it is. If you can get the 8 Dutch goals in 1 match as well, that is obviously perfect, say with your Bodu or something like that. But then obviously you do need to win the matches with at least 3 Dutch players. So with the centre backs, you kind of permanently want to keep them in the squad. That's why we have gone for relatively meta players. If you do choose to do, the last 7 or 8 squad battle wins with your Dutch boys in division rivals, then what you can do, make sure you just have a couple centre backs and maybe even a striker on the bench. And once again, go into the game with the 3 Dutch boys, sub them off straight away. I can sub my Kula Daddy on, I can sub my Sadio Mane on up top, and I could chuck my Ramos on the bench to sub on for Saint Justa. Sure, they'll be on no chem, but obviously it'll just be like using your ordinary team, except you're working away at Van der Beek. So easy as. Let's get into the squad battles tip. Right, so as you can see, you get given 4 different teams every single time. We've got a 90 rated with 33 chem, 87 with 30 chem, and 91 with 29. And as you can see, I did this tip myself the other day when I was getting the Italian goals in the Rivala objectives for the swaps token. As you can see, this team here was absolutely awful. Therefore, we went ahead, and it's not going to show it, but it was a very poor team. So we went ahead and we played this game on semi-pro. Now, as you can see, I will circle it. You've got an option to update your opponents. Now, you've got this option every 10 to 15 minutes. As you can see, after I use it, it will give me 4 new teams. The option has disappeared, but in 10 or 15 minutes, it will be there again. So you've got unlimited refreshes. If you do use all 10 of your refreshes and go over that 40 matches limit, that does not count towards objectives. It just means you will no longer, if you go past or surpass that 40 match limit, you will no longer get points for winning a squad battles game, which will go towards your overall squad battles rank. But you can use infinite refreshes, and that will not affect your objectives. As you can see with this reset here, we've got an 87 rated, a 91 and 88. We want to avoid them. A 61 rated with 4 chemistry. But I've got players, oh mate, we would batter this. So this is perfect, right? Semi-pro difficulty. We go into this. We win 10, 11, 12-0, get the 6 assists whilst having the 83 plus dribbling Prem players, get the Dutch goals, get a finesse goal. Boom, easy. That's 1 game. You're left with 7, which I would recommend doing in rivals, unless you do just want to do them in squad battles. That's up to you. So moral of the story, keep refreshing and playing the worst team. And once again, it's convenient because it's a 10 to 15 minute cooldown and the match is 12 minutes long. So by the time you've played this match, you'll come out of the game, you'll finish, and the option will be there to refresh again. So play 1 game, refresh. Play the worst team, refresh. So on, so forth. So as always, for the overview / recap, score 8 goals using Dutch players, we have got Bodu. If you do the squad battles tip that I did give you, you can get those goals in 1 match. If you're playing, bronze goalkeepers at centre back off chem, you can definitely try and score 8 goals with Bodu in 1 match. Easy. Score a finesse goal in 4 separate matches. This does not have to be with a specific player. If you do that in that 1 squad battles game, maybe you don't get enough goals in that first one, you could maybe jump into a second, whatever. If you want to get these finesse goals, as I said in Rivals, that's up for you, but you'll get these just by playing, alright? Remember, it is R1 plus shoot, RB plus shoot if you are on the Xbox. Assist 6 goals in squad battles on semi-pro with at least 3 Prem players with 83 dribbling. If you've not got any in your club already, I used Gold Sucker, Gold Madison, and Gold Saint Maximin. In the same squad battles match, you'll be scoring the 8 Dutch goals. You'll be getting those 6 assists most likely as well, so that will take one game and then you can bin them off. And then lastly, you've got the win 8 squad battle matches on semi-pro or Rivals whilst having at least 3 Dutch players. And if you can get the Dutch goals and the assists with the 83 plus dribbling done in one match, you will just be left with 3 Finesse goals and having to win 7 matches with 3 Dutch players in your squad, which you can do in Rivals, and sub your players, your Dutch players, which is Timber and St. Justa I use in the objective straight away. Easy as, lads. This will take you, if you say 12 minutes for this one, and then if you do go ahead and say you win every 1 and 2 games in Division Rivals, let's say this will take you maybe 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours, but you'll most likely get this just by playing, which is a massive W from EA. Let me know if you boys will be completing this objective down below. It's been your boy Davis, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.